thewhothatdaily.com. That's right, thewhothatdaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, thewhothatdaily.com is your site. Thewhothatdaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.
What's up, fam? This is Big Q from the Sports Coma. Much love to the family members. Appreciate y'all. The PRO Media Network is back at it again. Last year, we gave away several PS4s and games. So this year, we're raffling off a PS5. To enter for your chance to win, simply click the link below and fill out all the necessary information to be eligible. Sign up for the raffle. It's $25 to enter. You gain an opportunity to win a system, the PS5 system. Like I said, it's a one remote and everything in it that goes with the full system. These things are hard to come by. It could be yours. Into the raffle today, $25 get you in. There's also a deal when you buy more than one ticket to up your chances of winning. Jump in there. It benefits the platform as well. So feel free to sign up for the first annual PS5 raffle from the Pro Media Network. Thank you for participating and much love. Big ups to you.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger Talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger Talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger Talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers.
You're now listening to Tough Tiger Talk with Big Q and the guys on the Pro Media Network.
Go Tigers to the Tough Tiger Talk family. We in this thing. Sunday stream coming at you. LSU did win. They got the win over McNeese State at Tiger Stadium in Death Valley, 34-7. My thing is, I thought we should have dominated them a lot better. Still see issues with the offensive line. We'll talk about that today in this short stream for the Tough Tiger Talk show. Much love to the fan. Appreciate y'all being in the live stream, man, on this Sunday. Much love to the Tough Tiger Talk family. You guys seen the game. LSU Spanks McNeese State 34-7. It wasn't quite the domination that I would like to have seen to a foe that you were exponentially better than. Offensive line did like some things that Max Johnson did. I did like to see them get other people involved in the offense. Offensive line, man, I know they were missing several of their starters. Still seem a bit shaky. And Coach O alluded to that in his breakdown during the presser. But before we get into the statistics, I'm going to put the highlights up for the family members to see it if they hadn't seen it as well. Let's listen to Coach O as he breaks down what he thought in the McNeese game, his Coach O.
I say, first of all, what a great day. Tremendous day. Opening game in Tiger Stadium, Tiger Walk. Our fans were fantastic. I want to thank them for being there. They supplied the energy for our football team. We had a nice crowd. They're very loud at the beginning of the game. Everything I told the recruits and new coaches about Tiger Stadium, I think it was a great start. We won the game. I'm very pleased with our defensive performance. I'm not pleased with the last touchdown on the screen. Very pleased with our pass rush. And I knew we were a good pass rushing team, but obviously we won't face stiffer opponents down the road. On offense, we couldn't get it going for a while, but we hung in there. We tried to get the run game going outside. We had several offensive linemen that were out, but we had a variety of runs, speed sweeps, tosses, counters, outside. We still had some protection problems. We need to look at it. Whether it's personnel or whether it's scheme, we need to fix it because people are still going to come after us. But overall, we're pleased with the win. I thought from game 1 to game 2, we made a jump in a lot of areas. And now we need to take this next jump next week in a lot of areas. Any questions?
Hey, Coach. Chris Langley with LSU Tiger TV. First off, congratulations on the win tonight. Now, second of all, it seems like the defense really came to form tonight, obviously, especially with that pass rush. Now, I know throughout the week you said going into the game, obviously, your son on the other team, he's your opponent. But after seeing tonight, was it weird at all seeing your son get sacked like upwards to 10, 11 times, and getting hurried just as much? Like, how How did you react to seeing the pass rush?
Yeah, to be honest with you, like the first couple of plays, it was kind of weird, but after that, I knew Cody could handle it. And I've watched all his games. There's been some games where he's been sacked a bunch too, but he can handle it. He's a big man. He knew it was coming in. And I'm just glad he didn't get hurt. And hopefully that they can move on next week and have a great game.
Hey, Coach, just 306 yards of total offense. You're 4 of 16 on third down. How unsettling for those numbers to you?
Not good enough. I mean, it starts with protection first. We got to protect the quarterback. We got to get better. We got to stay ahead of the change, and just need to continue to make improvement. Hopefully, with our offensive line getting back, we're going to have a better protection for our quarterback and better schemes.
Yeah, it's sort of on that same subject, missing those linemen as many as you did. Do you think that played most of an effect on this, or is it kind of bigger than just having this?
We against UCLA, we turned out protection, and it didn't work. So we had 5-0 man-on-man. And, I thought that those guys could block the rushers from McNeese. We had a plan with number 40. He'd be doubled every time, Chip. But I'm assuming that we got beat one-on-one. We need to see. Some of those guys were second-team guys. I didn't have a lot of experience, but I need to see the film to see who was getting beat. Obviously, getting Austin Deckler's back, Cam Wire back, Chason Hines back, Anthony Bradford back. Next week we're going to be better.
Yeah, just curious. I mean, obviously, you had a lot of guys out and whatnot. How much were you kind of attacking today versus kind of needing to maybe get through the week?
No, it was an attack. It was an attack. We need to get better. We weren't in a very good mood coming back from Los Angeles. It's about getting better, and it wasn't about our opponent, it was about LSU. So the whole week was about us getting better and us attacking.
Hey, Coach, with some of the, protection issues you guys have had in the first 2 games, you kind of had to change some of your offensive identity. I know you wanted to be a 5-wide out team with, focusing on the pass, but you guys had to kind of rethink things over the last couple years?
Sure, we're going to have to. We're going to have to slide the line. We have to keep a tight end in. We have to keep it back in, whatever it takes to protect the quarterback, because, all these routes and all these good receivers running down the field, if we can't protect the quarterback, it's not going to work.
Yeah, Ron Higgins, Tiger Rag. Based on what you saw in preseason from your team, are you surprised you're struggling this much on offense? You know what?
A little bit, yes. A little bit. I thought, but we had some protection problems going against our defensive line in some scrimmages, and we changed the protection one scrimmage and put a tight end in the back end there. So we've been trying several things. We want to get our athletes in space, but it's just not working. So we're going to have to look at it again. And it's all going to be about protection first. Whether it's a tight end in the back, whether it's sliding the line, whatever it may be, we have to change it.
Coach, I wanted to talk a little bit about Mason Smith's performance tonight, maybe kind of like a little breaking out part of tonight.
You know what? I thought he rushed the passer very good the first game. I don't know if you guys noticed it. He had some very good one-on-one rushes. And then again tonight, he dominated his man. He had 3 sacks. Mason is a tremendous rusher, especially inside. He's very athletic. For a guy that's 6'5", a great young player for us.
And there's just, I think it's 2 weeks ago, we've seen a few drops. Is that surprising to you? Is that something you saw before, and what might be leading to that?
We had less drops. Like we go through a scrimmage, and Austin Thomas did our analytics. We'd have 3 drops in a scrimmage. There was less drops than we ever had. So yes, they did, and 3 of them were very critical drops. One could have been a touchdown. One could have gave us a first down. So we got to look at it. Why are we dropping them? What's happening? Who's dropping them? And who we throwing to?
Coach O's thoughts on the LSU Tigers win over McNeese 34-7. He talked about, and a lot of the reporters astutely are pushing the conversation toward the protection issues that LSU is currently having. And that's a big part of this whole thing. Is we think LSU's offensive line should be a lot better. Now, we do know that they're minus a couple of starters there. But, man, listen, against McNeese State, they allowed 3 sacks, and you can see that the quarterback was under pressure. Max Johnson was under pressure for a lot of these plays in this one. Also, big ups to Mason Smith, 3 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss as well, 3.5. And he played really splendidly. Hopefully, they add him more into this in the defensive scheme of things for LSU moving forward, because he looked excellent in this game. Not to mention, Andre Anthony also stepped up. He had 2.5 sacks as well in this contest. So the defense is getting back on par, but we still see the offensive line issues struggle as well. So we're going to bring in GM Kev, our contributor to the show. Kev, big ups to you, my brother. How you doing? And welcome to Tough Tiger Talk. What are your thought processes, on what happened with LSU over McNeese? Were you impressed by the 34-7 win?
Not at all. I went to sleep on the game, man. It was a boring, long drill. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, just go ahead and finish already. No, I'm not impressed, bro. Yeah, there was a couple defensive things I liked that scene, and you mentioned a few of them, but overall, not really. But I'm gonna tell you what woke me up, bro. Nussmeier. I looked at him his first throw. I was like, oh my God, this is the starting quarterback right here. So, yeah, man, that's the one thing that really got me excited of probably moving forward, man. I think he should go ahead and develop him. I know he's a freshman, and you don't want to do that thinking because he's a young guy. But if we develop him right now, he could.
The highlights run. Max Johnson had 18 of 27 for 161 and 3 touchdowns in this game. I was looking at perhaps having one of those having a 300 performance similar to what happened with UCLA. Unfortunately, it was what it was. They just don't look like they got it right yet.
Missing, huh? You looking at it and like, man, I don't see the energy from the sidelines. Just that LSU swag, just not feeling it, bro. Something is not quite right. You can't put your finger on it because really Max didn't have a bad game, but you've seen the offensive line struggling against McNeese State at times. And man, bro, so then just humiliate. And they drug on like going into the fourth quarter. I think it was maybe 17-0 or something like that. So McNeese State was in distance if they had like this, somewhat of a little squad, but against a half decent team, and this would have been a closer game, bro. So I don't know what to make of it yet.
8 sacks for the defense against McNeese State is more on par what we think with a top level school out of SEC versus a team basically. And I no disrespect for McNeese State out of Southland Conference, but we also realize that it's levels to this thing, and SEC, in my opinion, is the best football in the nation in college. And we have to do better.
Face defensive front.
I'm trying to tell you, do you not understand what you're going to see in the SEC?
That's what I'm saying. We haven't even got to the meat of it.
Always puts up a good defense. The offense struggle at times, but the defense at Mississippi State and some of these other SEC schools that's going to come in here with this defense. So I mean, if you can't stop McNeese State, you will get just mauled and pulverized by teams like Alabama. So hopefully we can get these issues fixed before we get deep into the SEC schedule. Offensive line is a big problem. Trey Palmer and half yards per carry, and the rushing attack and attempt to balance LSU's offense. So,
well, my whole thing is just like when do we become a Pac-12 like type of team now? Because that's how we're playing when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, man. Like we're trying to, spread out and just run and shoot every, thing, But I look at it like LSU traditional. Let's get back to some ground and pound and start moving people, like you say, Q. Let's develop a mindset. Because we're just too out open, bro. We playing like we on the West Coast, and it's not your strong suit right now because your offensive line can't hold up. So I mean, I seen every quarterback, even Nussmeier, when he got in there, had to run out some pockets, and it's not holding up long at all, Q, and that's going to be big problems going forward, bro.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, Kev. All right, let's look at the team statistics here, family. Moving up in this thing, but LSU got the win. That's the big positive as they get the win against McNeese State. But let's look at the matchup, the team statistics. And first down, LSU 17-10 versus McNeese. You look at the third down efficiency. The Tigers were 4 of 16 on third down. They got to do better. 3 of 16 for McNeese. 306 total yards by LSU's offense versus 142 by McNeese. 180 through the air for LSU, 91 for McNeese. And then you look at the rushing attempts. They had 126 yards off of 36 attempts versus 51 by McNeese off of 42 attempts. And penalties. They did keep the penalties down for the second straight week. 2 of them for 25 for LSU, 3 for 25 for McNeese. 1 turnover by McNeese, as we know. And then the time of possession, 28-30 versus 31-30 advantage McNeese in the loss. But, I mean, it's intriguing to say the least. about it. Kevin, looking at the team statistics, my friend, what stand out from you in terms of LSU?
Man, I just I like that we was getting pressure on the quarterback, so he didn't really have time to check down our defense and see if the secondary has improved on our side this year. So I do like the the pass rush getting to the quarterback and everything like that. I like some of the running plays, but I think we should run more. So it was some good things to take out of it, but there's still a lot of work to do, Q.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. A lot of work left to do. And yeah, we got the Chippewa, we got the Central Michigan coming up next, and we'll see how it all looks. But it's a win.
Balls, man.
I know. I mean, but see, these are some of the game. This is some of the stuff that we ultimately. A lot of people saying, "Well, Q, they should have started with Central Michigan or McNeese, a cupcake team or a not so top team to get more of a preseason feel, like if in the NFL, to get kind of ready as opposed to jumping to UCLA. But trust and believe, UCLA wasn't or produced to be a top-notch team. UCLA, LSU should have handled them. LSU in many parts, offensive line, if they came to play, we would have beat that team. And remember, we surrendered 2 touchdowns to them. So, I mean, wasn't really them, or really was us in aiding these people to win this game, because we had 2 touchdowns that we dropped, and we had a penalty that knocked us out of field goal range, and we had to punt. So right there, you had 2 touchdowns, that's 7, 14, and then the 3, that makes 17. So you right then and there left 17 points on the field that would aid it to your victory. But LSU overall, man, we got to do better than this, no doubt about it. We did beat McNeese State. We got Central Michigan coming up. So I mean, grain of salt here, right? But anyway, Kevin, go ahead, man. You want break
K York, bro. I was talking about him before the preseason, man. Look, that's the guy, bro. Like automatic Q.
Yeah.
Man, when he go to the draft, bro, expect him to be a higher pick than most kickers are usually. I don't know where he might end up, but if he go past the 3rd round, I would be shocked. I mean, this dude is like, his accuracy is like, it's crazy, bro. And he could kick. He got a strong leg from long distance, man. He already hitting 50+ yarders, man.
Yeah, 56.
Man, that's a dangerous weapon to have. So look, bro, if Sean, anybody hit this from the Saints organization, you're looking for a young kicker next year,
Probably no, because he's gonna go up to Ohio State to look.
Man, bro,
he might well forget he's telling his ass that.
You got one right in your backyard. Just go ahead and draft him.
Nah, we gonna go up to Ohio State. We like their apples. Ohio State apples are better than Louisiana grown apples.
But K York, bro, yeah, he's a weapon, Q. But I don't want to get into the habit that we get into the red zone and we got to settle for 3s and 7s. So, but in a tight game, if it's on the line and you need that ace in the hole to bring you out, you got a secret weapon, because this dude is automatic from 50+. So all you got to do is have your offense get in some kind of range where he can get a spot, even at probably about 60.
Right.
I mean, they showed him hitting some kicks from there. So, man, that's a secret weapon. But he was mostly impressive. Him, K York, I want to say, and Nussmeier really impressed. Keyshawn Butte, of course, but we knew what he was capable of. Corey Kiner coming in, and showing some splash. And defensive line, they did their thing, bro. So let's move forward and see how good it get. But it was a drag watching it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It took so long to get there. I was hoping that the 0 would just come on, get on the clock, so I can just log out and start watching. But it was ugly to watch, bro. It didn't even feel like a blowout, really. The score shows it, but when you watching it, it just drug on forever and ever. Miscommunication, drop balls, Coach O going off on dudes on the sideline about the misses, and just I don't know if they listening to Q. Some missing there, bro.
Yeah, I seen Coach O fussing, man, and doing a lot. So you got to wake them goddamn guys up, or at least play some of them guys who really want to play. And they do have some players there, but the problem is a lot of guys behind the starter are inexperienced freshman guys, so they're gonna have to kind of pick it up. And I think that's part of it, because Coach O realizes, like, it's there early on, and we had a bad loss against UCLA, but we can't, if we want to be in the thick of things, have bad losses going into our schedule. So
they can't fire him. Because look, if you fire him right now, and we would like for them to do a coaching change, and it's probably gonna happen, but Right now, if you do that, you owe him $21 million. So,
don't-
Coach O, he in a good spot because if you fire me, I'm still getting paid, and
Well-
you got to go pay for another coach next year.
Right. And the thing about it is Coach O had pretty much changed everything. Like from last year when we had Bo Pelini down here just destroying stuff. And then they ultimately got Durante to come here and be the defensive coordinator. And they also added former Patriot, what's his name? Andre Card, I want to say, to be the defensive line, to help out on the defensive line, or the pass rush specialist, or whatever you want to term them. But you see defensively speaking, that the defense looked a lot better in this matchup. But I look at the offense because it's the big thing. You can't have a subpar offensive line. I really did thought, and a lot of people thought, that with LSU's offense off on most of the line returning, that we would be able to have domination there. We can't have a shaky offensive line and pressure constantly in the face of the quarterback. And Coach O said, and we played it early in the broadcast, that he has to look at the film and see who's getting beat, who's consistently getting beat. And the guys that just don't know what the hell they're doing. You can see they don't know. They just don't know what they're doing there.
Do you see what I'm saying? Bro, it seemed like to me they're not even listening to Coach O, bro. It's like something tuned out, bro. Like the energy,
but it's still early on. How you?
No, come on,
it's still early on though, Kevin. How we doing?
This is bleeding over from last year, though, bro. So if it's a continuation, it's not like we starting a new chapter. This is continuing. So you got to look at it more than just 2 games this year. This is going back to the season before, and we had excuses for that one. Now we're trying to find excuses for this.
I'm not making excuses for him, Kev. What I'm saying is this is early on in the season. You just had a change of so much things that's happening here on the team. Coach O pretty much changed the offense, the defense, and position coaches. I mean,
Alabama do it every year.
We can't listen. We can't do the comparison right now between Alabama and LSU, obviously. You see what I'm saying? We can't compare that. That's like
that's right your main competitor. That's who you want to beat, right? Every year.
That's who you want to beat. That's true.
Okay. So we got to do some similar things that they're doing, meaning continuing success. Correct?
How do you get continuing success when you got players here that are not prepared to play? The coach has to address that, and he'll have to be able to fix that. But a lot of family members, Big Boy 46 Hard Knocks, say, I just think Coach O lost the team, bro. That's what he's saying. I don't know if
come on, Q.
Is it lost the team? Hold on. Is it he losing the team, fam? Just listen to me on this one. Is it the fact that he lost the team, or it's just communication issues with guys that simply don't know what they're doing, that needs to sink in a little harder? That's what I'm saying. Now he's trying to get it's still early on. It's just the second damn game of the season. And it is a bit concerning that the offensive line look as porous as they do, and that really stands out. And the flow and the rhythm of LSU is not confident. It's like kind of etch-a-sketch, kind of moving and moving shortly here or there, and then you'll see big gains here. You see, they're going through the motions trying to figure the stuff out. But you can see some positives on the offensive side, but the offensive line, to me, is the major issue, because if they don't improve, we're gonna have troubles running the football and protecting the quarterback. You won't win many games like that.
Okay. I heard that. That's what you said about the last game. But think about this: when you see that it's not working the way, for the offensive line concerned, the way that you're drawing it up, why are you not adjusting and trying different things? Why are you keeping the quarterback in the pocket so long? And the dude already was shook from week 1. Now he coming in, he getting more hits on him. If he keep at this rate, Q, even Max Johnson, if he keeps starting, he's not gonna finish the season.
Yeah, this is and that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. The offensive line is problematic. Like I said, this game we were able to put up 120 something, I think, yards on the club on a very subpar McNeese State club, 126 off of 36 attempts, which is basically 3.5 per carry, which is not really impressive if you look at that, but you were able to balance one. And then you had 180 yards of passing offense altogether. You get 306 yards against McNeese, what it should have been close to 450 to 500 yards against this Southland club. So I mean, it's still a lot to be improving. You're right. Coach O did make mention of a Roman pocket, so he did say that. So we should see that against Central Michigan.
I'm very concerned, bro. Look, man, something is wrong. Communication, young guys, hurricane, whatever you want to blame it on, something is wrong. And it got to be solved immediately because after Central Michigan, you're going back into the SEC. So, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't have the answers. And we're going to just have to sit here and just look at it at a standpoint like it's going to be up and downs. But Coach O is not leaving this year. I'd be surprised if they fire him in the middle of the season, if the team don't look better, because you still owe him a lot of money, man. And for you to get a top-notch coach, you're going to have to pay a lot of money again. So I don't know, bro. We just got to really, we in a position where we just got to play this out and hopefully, younger guys can catch on.
I don't think we're going to see. I still say, and a lot of the family members, Brother Damien, big ups to the fam. Good to see the Tough Tiger Talk family in the chat. True Louisiana Animal, I see you, kid. Brother Damien as well. Much love, big boy, 46 Hard Knocks. Much love to you, fam. Go Tigers. Brother Torrey is in the building. Go Tigers. Go Tigers to the fam, man. Appreciate y'all being on live stream. Please feel free to hit the like button. Big boy says that if we lose to a CM, Central Michigan, Coach
should be going that night.
Yeah, I think the boosters, man. Listen, LSU's boosters, man, they're rabbing this, man. They're not going to tolerate losing to bottom feeding. I ain't gonna say bottom feeding to be disrespectful to their clubs, but subpar club or subpar competition. Walking up in here, you're supposed to decimate these guys. I remember watching the game yesterday. Somebody put up like 70 points on one of the opposition. I forgot who was it, but that's
what you're supposed to be doing to teams like this, bro.
Doing the teams, you're supposed to be putting up like 50, 60, and 70 points on Southland Conference teams or Central Michigan Chippewa teams. Now, every now and again, you'll get a team that come in with it on their mind and they'll stick it to you. But LSU has to be on guard for that because they coming off that UCLA loss and I ain't gonna say questionable performance against this team, but they still get the loss a lot better than what it did, but it just didn't look like we're accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, it didn't look crisp at all. But the Chippewas, I've seen some reports. Some people are picking them for the upset. I'm like, damn. Oh my God. What era have we got to when somebody's picking the Chippewas at LSU for upset?
Yeah, how about that? Who picked that? They must have been on that week.
I gotta go back and read it, bro. I read it early this morning, and it was like 8 writers. They was all talking about this upcoming game, and it was like, LSU should manhandle them and all that. Then they had one of them like, no, man, the Chippewas running system could give LSU some problems. I'm picking the 31-34 upset. I'm like, what? Oh shit! So I had to go back and try to do some scouting on Central Michigan. We should handle them, bro. What I'm saying, but who knows, bro? You just never know. You get one of these young MAC teams that's real hungry. Like, hey, anything can happen, but it shouldn't, Q. But the way LSU been looking the last few weeks, it could be a dogfight, and that would be ugly because that definitely wouldn't resonate with nobody in the NCAA, man. You struggle with Central Michigan at home, man. In Death Valley?
I know we can't. I don't think it happens, man. I think they kind of creeping up the mountain, so to speak. You know what I mean? They kind of creeping up that thing. Yeah, that's what
clicks, huh?
Right. They kind of clicking along. So I don't see them being in a position.
Hold on, Q. Revolt owe me some money, bro. So he thought I forgot.
Revolt said he headed to the game listening to Kevin panic.
Man, look. I think a lot of people in LSU are panicking right now, bro.
But it shouldn't be no reason for the panic.
Why?
What you
mean?
They
5-5 last year,
bro. It's the second game. I know. Listen, it's
come on.
It's kind of
it, man.
No, listen, no, we're not. I'm saying, listen, is areas of concern we need to pay attention. You're right, but it's the second flipping game of the season. We still have a lot of football to go, and thus a lot of room and reps to improve.
You said that last year.
I mean, but every year is different, isn't it, Kevin? I mean, yeah, and it stands true. What I said last year stands true to this year. Each game, and they did improve because they were sub winners last year, and then they were able to put together 2 wins to get to 500. Which made it respectable in some people's minds that you didn't end on a losing streak. I mean, on a losing end.
You broke even.
Right. So that principle still applied. But you still see this game was better their performance was better, even though it was against a lesser opponent. Their performance was still better than what they showed against UCLA. So you can still see they're inclining, even though it's not a big incline, but you still see that they executed a lot better. Right. So, I mean,
baby steps, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it might be. But you never know. That some form of fashion, you might have a quantum leap there.
But that's where we stuck at, because you cannot move Coach O right now. Even if let's just say hypothetically, Q, that they they should trash Central Michigan, right? They should trash them. We know that, right? But let's say they go into the SEC and it goes toward last year of how they was playing and losing these games that we want them to win in the SEC. These games gonna mean something. So you still can't get rid of Coach O. At that point, you owe him a lot of money.
Look, Kev, I hear you on that point, but I'm saying I think LSU is rich enough that if they really wanted Coach O gone and there was a guy to come in and replace him, they would not let the money stand in the way. We've seen that before. We've seen that before where LSU owed a lot of money. Now, remember the Les Miles debacle? LSU owed him a lot of money. They didn't let that money stop him, even though it wasn't. I don't think it was nearly as much as with Coach O. We owe Coach O, but still in all, LSU's they were very richer than what they were when they had Miles. So I don't think if it's somebody that they want, and they're really good at that. If it's somebody they really want and they think that they can do better than what Coach O is doing, they won't let the money get in the way. The boosters won't let that money get in the way. I
want to know who's giving away $21 million for free. I want to know who's doing that.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again. If it's somebody they out there that they like, they will go and look at seeing about getting. But I say that to say that I don't think Coach O goes anywhere right now. He's not going anywhere.
I agree.
Then this is only the second game of the season. LSU's 1-1, and they have Central Michigan coming in. So you're gonna have to take each week by week. And let's see what the improvement. It has to start on offensive line. But anyway, let's get into the statistics here, Kevin, and then we'll transition to the Central Michigan LSU matchup in the quick preview before we end the stream. Max Johnson, 18 of 27 for 161, 3 touchdowns, average 6 yards per throw, 47.0 on the QBR. Not really nothing to really brag about, but Garrett Nussmeier got in there, 3 of 10 for 19 yards. Not looking like nothing anyway. Corey Kine on the LSU rushing attack, 11 carries for 56 yards, 1 touchdown. He was the top rusher. TD Price, 8 for 37. Armani Goodwin had 2 for 23, 4 for 17 for Josh Williams as well. And then, of course, you see Max struggled. He scrambled 8 times for 1 yard in the matchup. Look at the receiving game from LSU. 4 catches for 57 yards for Jack Betch. Keyshawn Butte, 5 catches, 31 yards, 2 scores. Trey Palmer got in the end zone, 3 catches for 30 yards in the score there. Cole Taylor, 4 catches, 22 yards. And, of course, TD Price, Deion Smith, Alex Adams, and Josh Williams all had Deion had 2, but the rest of those guys had a catch apiece. And, of course, the fumble recovery with Jacqueline Roy right there as well. And you see what he did. And, of course, let's transition to the defense. What LSU with Mason Smith was the man. 6 tackles. He had 3 sacks, 3.5 tackles for a loss. Major Burns was in the game, 6 tackles. Damone Clark had 6. Nirvana Q Strong had 5. Desmond Little had 5 and a sack in the game as well. And you look at Andre Anthony, who also played really big, 5 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2.5 tackles for a loss. Cordell Flott, 4. And, of course, you see the rest of the guys going at Mika Bakerfield, BJ, and the rest of the guys had 4 tackles, and it goes down. So very intriguing. But LSU on the day, if you look at the sackage there, that Mason Smith, Andre Anthony, Desmond Little, BJ Ojulari, and a few other people, half a sack by Cameron Lewis, all combined, you see that they finished the game with 8 sacks against McNeese, and that's how you're supposed to do it. No picks by the defense, but 8 sacks was encouraging by LSU as well. So, Kevin, you already mentioned Cade York. With his kicking, he was phenomenal in the matchup. What do you think about LSU and LSU offensive defense production now? Man, I like Mason Smith, bro. That dude is a monster, bro, in the middle. I see good things with him, bro. I like the defense. As far as the secondary didn't really get tested this week with McNeese State, so I'm not sure how they improved.
So we're gonna have to wait till they get against a top offensive team that likes to spread it out and see how it looks then. But you take the win while you can, bro, and we need it right now. So it's still 1-1. I think Central Michigan is 1-0, right, Q? If you look at their record,
You're 1-1.
they're 1-1. Okay,
Yes.
so we're playing against the MAC. So what do you think the score going to be? Should we put up 50 on these dudes?
Well, we put up 34 against the Southland squad. So I guess you will move up in competition. I would say that definitely Chippewas are in a better conference than the Southland. So with that being said, we should be able to put up more points again. Well, 34. We should have put 50 on this team, and then of course 40 something would be between 34 and 40 is what I would say for a team like Central Michigan. So I mean, we'll see, man, how it go. But we have to fix a lot of the issues that I'm seeing with the offensive line. The protection issues, and if Coach O says if he can roll the pocket, that would help with a lot of that, and that would definitely fit more of what Max Johnson can do. He loves to use his legs and throw on the run, so I think that would be an excellent idea if Coach O was able to do that. So let's transition to that preview of the Central Michigan Chippewas at 1-1. Of course, coming in here against LSU. Now the game is set to be for next Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time in Death Valley. And let's go over the particulars here as we look at what we facing with. And their quarterback was his man, Jacob Sermon, 23 of 45 for the season, 295, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, not looking too good. Max Johnson so far on the season in 2 games, 44 of 73, 491 yards. He has 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. So statistically speaking, Kev, Max Johnson's numbers look good, despite the fact the shaky offensive line issue. So So for the statistic lovers, that's not bad. And of course, you look at Nichols III, which is their guy, Lou Nichols III, their top rushing back, 19 carries for 135 in the score. TD Price is our guy right there, and hopefully we can get some help with him with TD Price. We've seen him use some of the freshmen, which was a positive. And then their top receiver right here is Sullivan, Ja'Cory Sullivan, 8 catches for 102 yards, 2 scores, and Keyshawn Butte, top notch in the game, 14 catches, 179 yards, already 5 touchdowns to start the season. So if those numbers continue, my goodness, man, we're looking at some awesomeness heading deep into the season with the Tigers. So anyway, let's look at some of the team statistics and the comparison between both clubs. As you can see, the Chippewas over the first 2 games are averaging 34.5 points per contest while giving up 34 points per contest, which will show you why they are a 500 club at this point. LSU averaging 30.5 per game while giving up 22.5. That has to drop underneath 20 to kind of normalize. If we can hold that 30 and keep moving that, I think we can do some damage. Total yards per game, 34.2.5 for LSU versus 237.5 by Chippewas. A lot of that's through the air, Kev, 150.5 there throwing through the air and rushing at 87 yards per contest. LSU 342.5 while going 255 flat through the air, rushing at 87.5. LSU got to get that running up to right around like 100 yards to balance off that 255. It would be in the thick of the things. Now, yards allowed, they're giving up 468 yards, they being the Chippewas, a contest that's 257 through the air, which is 2 yards more than the average that LSU's doing, which is 255. So we should have that. And then look at the allowing. You can run on this team 8 ways from Tuesday to give up 211 yards of rushing between the first 2 contests. LSU at 130. So we should be able to run the ball against the Chippewas. We should be able to throw the ball against the Chippewas. And if you look at LSU's defense, they should be able to neutralize the Chippewas and get to their quarterback in this game. So we'll see how it all shakes and moves in a situation. But sometimes things don't always go the way they seem. As you can see, the Football Power Index has LSU as a 80.2 favorite to beat the Central Michigan Chippewas. Kevin, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Who was the 19.8% said they wouldn't? So that's kind of high for a team like LSU against a competitor like this out the MAC. Like, you giving them right at a 20% chance of winning. Like I told you, like, it's some people thinking that this could be an upset, and I got to go back and see some game tape on them, but man, I don't know how they even considered that. So this team must be better than we expected. I think, Q. I don't know. The Chippewas, I ain't heard them making too much noise. So, man, I don't know. Maybe somebody who just want clicks on the articles or something, you know?
That's a part of it. A lot of people, like we said, don't like LSU. There's a lot of people out there that were upset when LSU won the national championship and danced through the rest of college football that year. It took down Alabama, Oklahoma, Clemson, made it look easy. You know that, and now they try to pass off the year as an aberration, like it never occurred. So, yeah, we have to maintain the historical record and let them know that yes, LSU is capable of such things. But if they can signature, and we talked about this before, and as we get into this matchup, and I think LSU does handle the Chippewas in this matchup, and perhaps I would even dare say they have a better performance against the Chippewas than what they had against the previous foe, McNeese. So, I mean, these are the games that you kind of get it together before you go into the SEC schedule. I think with Mississippi State is the first one we have open up the SEC schedule, but I will go into it and say that they have a better performance, being that LSU should be able to run the ball against this team. They give up 211 yards of rushing through the first couple of games. We can get that. We have to get that. And, of course, we can throw on this team. The secondary is not all that good. We can throw on them. So we should be able to put up a 40 burger on this team in Death Valley with the family yelling their freaking heads off. We should be able to establish the running attack and get some stuff going. So that's my call on it. Kevin, what say you about the Chippewas? Let's get the family members in there. What you think the score will be on the Chippewas matchup, fam? Y'all chime in.
I'm going 48-14 Tigers.
Okay. Do you agree? What do you agree with me about the ability? Because I looked up some of the Chippewas. I seen some of the highlights from the previous game.
Okay.
And you can get to the quarterback there. The offensive line's not all that. Defense is very suspect. But this might be the game that this is a good matchup for LSU insofar as defense is poorish and they are weak where LSU is weak, but their weakness is weaker than our weakness, which can be a strength. So we should be able to gain some confidence in the rushing attack in the passing game.
Yeah, I will hope so. So it's all about a wait and see. But, I think they should use the tight end more, man. Like, that dude is a beast, bro. Like, use him more. And who's going to be like the other receiver beside Boutte to step up and be consistent? Because we're seeing a lot of drop balls from receivers out there, bro.
I'm seeing a lot of Trey Palmer.
Yeah. It's a lot of that. And
Big Boy says 40-7 LSU. Like that score.
Yeah, I think they should put up 40s. And they should have put up 40s plus the 40 last game. But, the drops just stopped the drives,
This is true. Very true. All right, fam. So, listen, that's going to do it for the show today. And like we said, LSU got the win over McNeese 34-7 as they gear up for next Saturday's matchup against the Chippewas, who are 1-1 coming into Death Valley. The Chippewas, they give up 468 yards a game from on the defense. So they are a team that LSU welcoming in because they're going to be medicine for LSU. They give up 257 yards through the air and offense, and they let you run for 211 yards a game against them in the first. So, yeah, this should be medicine for LSU to get better. So I'm anticipating that they should perform a lot better than what the hell we've seen in these last games. This should be a domination right here. It should be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then Big Boss out D line should dominate. Yeah, they should dominate.
They should.
This is
the stats say that, but it's one thing, Q. We always look at that, and when they get on the field, it's a whole different story because LSU is the hunted. So these teams are looking at trying to get, some praise off. Look, man, we went toe to toe with LSU. LSU has to recognize that and just go out there and handle their business and start, destroying teams like this because these are all like warm-ups to the big games, and we're going to start seeing on national TV. Everybody's going to see it. So if you're good, everybody's going to see it. And if you're not, they're going to talk. And they already ready to talk about LSU in a negative light because they don't like the way how they did in the championship 2 years ago. And they swag about it, how they danced and taunted people. And you beat everybody's favorites from Clemson to Oklahoma to Alabama. They mad. They was mad about that, bro. Trying to come out with everything to I want to say overlook that they championship. It was a fluke. Can they do it again? They can't be consistent. Look at it. See, so we got to get back to show them that, we're an organization, we're a community. on top of all that, that when bad stuff happens to us, we're going to keep on coming back and we're not leaving, bro. So we got to be more consistent. If we want to be championship level every year, we got to be consistent. We can't disappear for 5 or 6 seasons and then pop up and win one, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. Every bit of that, agree with that. That has to be the key. We have to be able to dominate these opponents, just like our key adversary in the SEC, Alabama, does.
Yeah,
you know, we have to be able to be up there in that ranking. Until we able to do that, I don't think. I think they'll continue to do that. I mean, the only way to shut these people up is by winning. Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Respect. Yeah, and we need to win against Alabama. We can't, because they was talking last night. I don't know if you heard the commentators were like, well, you know, we already crowning Alabama going to be the number 1 out the SEC. Well, who's going to be number 2? Either Texas A&M or LSU. So they're not even looking at LSU even being coming out as the top team in the SEC. They're debating about who's going to be number 2. So I'm like, oh, wow, that's how far we've fallen. Or that's how much respect we're not getting. They should use it as some bulletin board proof. Like, okay, we got to go shut people up. So let's see what happens.
This is true. This is true. And we'll see indeed, man. Next Saturday, LSU lines up against Central Michigan. And we'll see how it all folds, man. In Death Valley, 1-on-1 McNeese comes in. Central Michigan 1-1 comes into Death Valley against 1-1 LSU. This should be a domination game, in my opinion. We'll see how it all shakes. Damien says, I ain't gonna lie, Big Q. So far, I've been in my feelings right now with this team, but I'm confident we can turn it around. It's gonna take a little bit. They're etching toward the right way as well. So Big Boy says our D line can dominate Alabama line. Trust me. It's just the other stuff.
I think they can. Yeah. The key is that
can you
when that game comes, how are we gonna go against a passing? See, thing about it, we can get to him, but if he can get some protection from Alabama going downfield, how do we match up in the secondary from that third cornerback and the safety position? That's where they're going to try to attack. So if we can neutralize that, then yeah, we got a chance to get more rushes from up front to get at him, because the quarterback experience, he inexperienced over there too. He just needs to be shook up a little bit. And usually, you know, Alabama keep a good, nice little offensive line, bro. So those dudes be stacked over there. But if you can get some pressure, we could do something. But we got to get our offense right, Q. We getting too many stalls, man. You know, third downs getting off the field again. And I don't know what's going on with that. Whatever you're going to do, make your decision on the quarterback. I would go Nussmeier, but stats would say keep going with Max Johnson.
You got to go with Max.
But I like Nussmeier, bro. I'm seeing something here, Q. I've seen this before, bro. This dude looking like Mahomes from like Texas Tech, bro. I'm like, what? This is the quarterback right here. Come on, Coach O. Look, I know you like Max. You like his daddy. That's cool. Bro, this is the guy right here, bro. Nussmeier is the guy.
We'll see. I mean, I think he's a futuristic pick for him, but I think give him the best chance to win right now is Max. And if they clean up the offensive line and give him a running game consistently, you'll see a different Max Johnson, more confident one that can stand there and make plays. I mean, most quarterbacks are going to have issues if they're getting pressure in their face.
Right up the middle, too.
Guys running right at them. I mean, where could you go with that?
Yeah, and he's young. He could get flustered. But the good thing about it, at least you could have 2 good quality quarterbacks that it don't matter who starts, that you could have a good backup. And not only that, it may be some way. You remember we was talking about if you can implement some kind of offensive play like where both of the quarterbacks are in. And where would you put Max Johnson if you got Nussmeier in there too? He good enough where you can implement him on some plays, Q. Now, he don't have to be the starting quarterback right now, but from what I've seen, this dude can chunk 50 yards, bro, running backwards. I'm like, oh, my God. You see the zip in his ball when he throw it?
Yeah, he got a tight spiral on that ball.
Man, I'm like, I've seen that before, bro. That's greatness. Coach O, if it don't work out, Nussmeier, and I see why they got some people in the camp like, yo, this guy needs some playing time, bro. You tripping. You know, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see indeed moving forward, and we'll see how it all shakes up. But like we're saying, next week we have the Central Michigan Chippewas coming in at 1-1. So much love to you guys. I appreciate y'all chiming in this episode of Tough Tiger Talk. If you're not a subscriber, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. please feel free to hit the like button and the share button. Share the show with other people on your social media. It helps out the stream. So big ups to you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. And a bit of programming note, we'll return next Saturday with more Tough Tiger Talk. So Kevin, once again, much love to you, my friend. Popping in on Tough Tiger Talk. And we'll see the rest of y'all guys later. Go Tigers.
Peace.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
What's up, fam? This is Big Q from the Sports Coma. Much love to the family members. Appreciate y'all. The PRO Media Network is back at it again. Last year, we gave away several PS4s and games. So this year, we're raffling off a PS5. To enter for your chance to win, simply click the link below and fill out all the necessary information to be eligible. Sign up for the raffle. It's $25 to enter. You gain an opportunity to win a system, the PS5 system. Like I said, it's a one remote and everything in it that goes with the full system. These things are hard to come by. It could be yours. Into the raffle today, $25 get you in. There's also a deal when you buy more than one ticket to up your chances of winning. Jump in there. It also benefits the platform as well. So feel free to sign up for the first annual PS5 raffle from the Pro Media Network.